Okay.
Alright, so hi, my name is Dawn.
Nice to meet
It's nice
you.
to meet you, and is
Sabrina.
Sabrina's okay to be, okay, cool. So thanks for coming in today. Have you ever had a nutrition counseling session or spoken with anyone?
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't? Okay. So as I was saying, this is going to be monitored by our professor, and Allyson is going to be observing me. And I'm qualified to discuss setting a nutrition goal with you, a nutrition-related goal with you today. And we're going to do a few things. I'm just going to explain what we're going to do in this session. So first I'm going to ask you some questions about your eating patterns, and we'll do a 24-hour recall. And then I'm going to go over one of three possible topics, which may interest you. Let me know. So one is eating on a budget. The other one is reading a nutrition label. And the other one is eating a balanced diet.
Eating a balanced diet.
Eating a balanced diet. Cool. And then, and then we'll discuss ways that you might want to make any adjustments to the way that you're eating now based on the things that we kind of go over. So how does that sound?
Yes.
Okay. So if you wouldn't mind signing this nutrition interview agreement, I have a pencil. I don't know if that counts or not.
I can use a pen.
Okay.
There's the pen.
Oh, here's a pen too. Thank you.
Today's date is
The 5th, 11/5. Thank you. Okay. So to start off, I'm just going to ask you some questions about you to get a sense of how you fill out this list. So what year are you?
I'm a junior.
You're a junior? Okay. And do you live on or off campus?
On campus.
Live on campus. And so you have a very short commute.
Yeah, it's like UPN, like behind the mall.
Right, okay. So over the course of a week, on average, about how many times do you get food out? Like at a restaurant or
Like only on Fridays or Saturdays.
only on Fridays or Saturdays?
2 days.
And on a weekend, typically, do you ever eat your meals out on the weekends?
On weekends? No, not really.
No? Okay. And then what about snacks? Do you get like coffee or?
Yeah, I snack a lot.
Yeah, and do you buy that?
Like on campus, like the granola bars, coffee,
Mhm.
sometimes pastry.
Okay. So would you say sometimes, often, or always?
Often.
Often, okay. All right. So, and when you buy meals out, you say on the weekend, that's like rarely or never? You said no.
Rarely.
Yeah, rarely. And then you buy meals out during the week, you said kind of sometimes or rarely. What would you say?
During the week, rarely.
Rarely, okay. So now we're gonna do the 24-hour recall, and we do this 3-pass method, where the first pass, you just tell me like everything that you ate, everything you can remember, like even
For
if,
today?
for yesterday,
Yesterday.
yeah. So the past 24 hours, or like, from the time you woke up to the time you went to bed.
Okay.
So we'll do that, and then the second time we'll kind of fill in more detail about it, and then the third time I'll just read it back, make sure if you forgot anything, you can adjust it. Okay. So, starting with when you woke up, the first time that you ate something.
Okay, it was a hard-boiled egg with whole grain toast and avocado. And I had a cup of coffee with that. Just black.
where did you eat this?
At home.
At home, okay. Okay, so the next time you ate something, whether it was a snack or a cup of coffee or
I had Subway.
lunch, you had Subway?
That was around 12, and it was the half teriyaki. Yeah.
Okay. And that was out, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay, and then.
With the bag of chips. It
Bag of
was
chips.
Lay's, yeah.
Okay, anything to drink?
Just a cup of water.
And then the next time you had something,
That was I think it was around 3. I had like Oreos. A lot, like 6. While doing homework.
so that was at home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that was 6 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I had strawberries, like 3. I just started snacking.
3 strawberries you had?
Mhm.
Okay.
I had green tea. I'm trying to remember. I had some pretzels, like around 8-ish. And then like around, yeah, 10 I had a cup of noodles. And that was it.
And all those like snacking things you said, was that at home?
Yeah, that was at home, because I was just doing homework all day, so.
Okay. So we'll just go in and fill in some details, and we have these food models here, which kind of helps assess portion size. You had a hard-boiled egg, just like a regular sized hard-boiled egg. You had whole grain toast. You said
Mhm.
1 slice of that?
Yeah, 1.
Okay. And do you know what brand you buy?
It was
or
the-
that you get? You don't know? Okay. Do you know about how big the?
At that size.
It's about this size, okay. Okay, avocado, did you have a whole avocado?
The whole avocado,
The
yeah.
whole one? Okay. And like, how big was this avocado? Can you point to something here that might represent how big it was?
Probably like this thick, but like this big.
Okay. Okay, a cup of coffee. Do you know
Oh, and I
how?
also had apple and a peanut butter.
Apple and peanut butter. What size was the apple?
It was like this side.
So apple, baseball, and peanut butter. Do you know about how much?
No, because I usually get the knife and I just spread it on the apple and eat
Okay,
it.
okay,
I would say maybe 2 tablespoons.
okay. So this is our tablespoon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Coffee, said you drink black. Is there anything on this desk? I mean, is your coffee bigger than this or about that size?
Probably like this size, but a bit, the cup
A
was a
little
bit
bigger, like
yeah.
a mug.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Okay, then, the next thing you had was Subway. You said you had a half a teriyaki sub. Can you tell me what's on that?
Yeah, it had tomatoes, lettuce, red onion. It had the sweet onion sauce,
Okay.
cucumbers, and that was it.
And what kind of bread is that on?
It was on the whole grain.
And that's like a 6-inch sub, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, bag of chips. Do you
It was
have
like
something?
the regular tiny mini ones.
Okay, so-
that Subway has.
Okay. Water. And just like
Just like a regular cup
a
of
cup of water. Okay. And then Oreos, are there just regular Oreos?
They
or
were the
some
thin
kind of-
Oreos.
Thin Oreos. And they're like, kind of like this size, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you had 6 of those, you had some strawberries. How big were the strawberries? Is there anything in this?
Kind of like this.
Okay.
Thinner.
Okay. And green tea,
mug.
A mug, okay. Pretzels, do you know?
I ate a lot of pretzels.
You ate a lot of
They were like the
pretzels?
thick ones. Maybe like 16-ish.
Okay. Are they like a stick?
Like the stick pretzels,
Okay.
yeah.
And do they have salt on them, or, okay. Okay, and then you had a cup of noodles, is that like the brand?
Yeah.
A cup of noodles,
Mhm.
okay. Do you know what flavor it was?
Chicken.
Did you have anything else to drink today?
Yeah, I always
Like yesterday?
I drink like 3 of these.
3 of those, okay. What is this called? Like water bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, the day. So I'm just gonna read this back. So you had a hard-boiled egg, you had 1 piece of whole grain toast, about this
Mhm.
size. You had an avocado, about this.
Yeah.
You had a mug of black coffee. You had a baseball-sized apple with 2 tablespoons of peanut butter. Oh, I forgot to ask you, is that peanut butter like crunchy, salted?
It's the smooth.
Smooth? Does it have, is it salted or?
No, it's sweet. Kinda sweet. No, it's like the regular.
The regular?
Yeah.
Do you know what brand you get, or?
I know the brand, but I forgot the name. It's like the ones that kids use for peanut butter and
Like
jelly.
Skippy or
Yes,
whatever?
yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then that was all at home. Then you had a 6-inch Subway teriyaki sub with a bag of chips and a cup of water. And then at home you were snacking, you had 6 thin Oreos, 3 strawberries, that were this size, a mug of green tea, maybe 16 or so pretzels with salt, and a cup of noodles, chicken flavor, and then you had 3 large bottles. Okay, great, thanks for that. So I'm gonna ask you if this is like a typical day for you. Okay, no. And can you tell me what was going on maybe that?
I just stayed home and I was doing laundry, cleaning, catching up on my homework and reading.
So when you're
Took a nap.
okay.
Mhm.
So when you stay home a lot, does that you're more likely to snack? Is that something that?
Yeah, usually like on Sundays because like they're like my lazy days. So.
Thank you for sharing your diet recall with me. So then you were talking about eating on a budget?
I think it was the balance.
Eating a balanced diet. Sorry. Eating a balanced diet. So does that sound like something you're still interested in doing? Okay, cool. So eating a balanced diet. I have this, and I'll let you hold this and look at that, and I'll just like kind of go through some of the things, and just let me know if you have any questions as we go through each thing. So the first one is like fruits and vegetables. Are you familiar with My Plate at all?
Yeah.
I think it might be on the back, the second page is like a little thing. So yeah, like half of your plate is, fruits and vegetables based. So I'm just gonna clear this plate off. If you had a plate, just like half of it would be some kind of vegetable, then part of it would be a protein, and part of it would be a whole grain. So we'll kind of talk about those elements, then we'll talk about like oils and fats and sweets and things like that. So, so it's a good idea to try to like incorporate fruits and vegetables as much as you can throughout the day. Based on your recall, which is not a typical day for you, as you said. You had an avocado, you had an apple, you had strawberries, and you had some, things on your Subway that were like some fruits and vegetables. So, just to highlight that. And then, yeah, so that's fruits and vegetables. It's good to have like a rainbow of colors because they each contribute different nutrients and vitamins and things like that. So, is there anything on here that you think you would like to eat more of?
Probably more vegetables.
More vegetables? Like what kind of vegetables do you like?
Like every vegetable, I love vegetables. Like I buy them, but my roommate buys like all the unhealthy stuff, chips, things with a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
And that's like my weakness. And she doesn't eat it. Like she'll just let it there. I'm like, I'll just eat it.
Oh. So roommate buys the unhealthy
Yeah.
food.
She never eats it. Like she goes out to eat and just like buys unhealthy stuff, and I'm just like tempted.
Do you ever ask her to like hide it from you?
No, because I don't want to offend her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's nice of you. Okay, so what kind of vegetables are you familiar with? Like, do you like to prepare? If you're
I love asparagus.
asparagus.
Eggplants, tomatoes, cucumbers, zucchini, red pepper, celery, carrots, lettuce. What else? Did I say zucchini? Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Broccoli.
So you learned a lot of things.
Yeah.
And how do you like to prepare them when you?
I like to boil them in water and just
Mhm.
eat them like that,
Mhm.
like chicken, or sometimes I'll like fry it, like seasoning,
Uh-huh.
which is good.
And when you go out shopping, do you buy those foods?
Mhm.
Yeah?
I do.
Great. Cool. So, and what about fruits? Is that something that you?
Fruits, like I need to eat more fruits, yeah. Only eat like apples and bananas.
Mhm. Why do you think you don't use as much as you would like?
Because I don't crave them.
You don't crave, yeah.
Mhm.
Do you buy fruit when you go out?
Yeah, I try to. Or like my mom sometimes comes and visits, she'll bring like lots of fruit, which I'll eat, but sometimes I'm like, I have two roommates, so like the other roommate will just eat it, because she likes fruits.
Okay. And then, so then we'll go down to the next thing, protein. So you had chicken teriyaki. Actually, I didn't, the Subway thing was that chicken teriyaki? Okay. So I'm just identifying some protein sources. You have the hard-boiled egg, which is an excellent source of protein. The toast can be a good source of protein. Peanut butter is a good source of protein. Chicken, and then probably not so much in the cup of noodles. It's probably just more like flavoring. But yeah, so trying to get a little bit of protein in every meal will help with, you know, all the different kinds of foods that we eat, the carbohydrates, the fats. When you have the protein with it, it sort of helps the body like digest that more easily. Eating together, and you know, it helps you stay more satiated, like you feel satisfied, tend not to overeat. So is there any places you feel like you would want to add in protein to your diet, or things that you like?
I don't really cook
You don't cook,
meat
okay.
stuff.
Right.
Just because like I don't like to.
Yeah.
So like I mostly rely on like eggs, beans, peanut butter. I know quinoa has protein, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. Great. So grains, we have whole grains and refined grains. Are you familiar with the difference between the two?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Do you enjoy whole grains? I don't think you have whole grain toast.
Yeah, like I don't want to eat any more white bread. I used to eat a lot of that.
Okay. And the cup of noodles is pretty, just to put that out there.
It was just like an easy thing.
Yeah. So, okay. Dairy looks like not something you really
No.
eat, is that?
Occasionally like yogurt,
Mm-hmm.
not very often.
Mm-hmm, okay.
I don't like cheese.
Yeah, wow, like one of the few people in the world who doesn't
Yeah.
like cheese. Yeah, I mean, you definitely do not need to consume dairy. There is calcium in dairy, but there's also calcium in vegetables, especially green leafy vegetables and things like that. And so as long as you're
Yeah.
having a well-rounded diet, you should be fine. Let's see. Do you ever drink other kind of milks, like soy milk or any of those other
Almond milk.
milks? Almond milk?
Like a little bit in coffee sometimes, but not really. Dairy makes me break out. So.
Yeah, so you just avoid it. And then oils. Are you familiar with the difference between saturated and unsaturated? Okay. And you had avocado, excellent kind of oil. And then some of the other areas where you're getting fats are from like the methods of cooking, so like fried potato chips, or they're like in the Oreos, like in the middle or whatever. But I don't see too many. Oh, and then the peanut butter is a really good source of oils as well. Are you familiar with essential fatty acids, like the omega-3s that you get from fish and things like that? You don't eat fish, yeah. Let's see. Trans fats tend to be in things like maybe like the Oreos, for example. So just like limiting the amount that you have to like of your total oil to the type of fats that you're eating. That just a small percentage of them is coming from trans fats or saturated fats. And then are you familiar with the alcohol, like how much alcohol is like considered for?
Yes and no.
Okay.
No, not really.
Okay, so it's for women, it's 1 glass a day is a moderate consumption, like a recommended amount, which is 12 ounces of beer, or I'm sure like maybe 6 ounces of wine or something like that. Is it on there even, like on the other page?
No. Oh yeah, it is.
It is.
Beer, wine, liquor.
Okay, so there's some things there. And then high sugar foods, are you aware of like, added sugars, like when you're consuming them, you are aware of? Okay, yeah, you don't drink soda, it sounds like you're mostly drinking water, so that's really good. And fruit juice can be, a source of a lot of extra sugar, even though it's not added sugar, it just sort of basically is like straight sugar for the most part. Yeah, so then also, just eating every 4 hours so that you can kind of maintain your blood glucose levels. Is that something you notice, like yourself, if you get hungry, do you tend to
right now.
overeat?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm so hungry.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Especially at night, like if I don't eat till like from like 5 to like after I eat so much at night.
Yeah. So you tend to eat more snack at night?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
super hungry at night.
Okay.
Going to bed.
Okay. So,
I don't know if it's also because my roommates eat at night too. So.
Sure, okay. So there's some roommate pressure I'm just hearing. And the kinds of things that you're snacking on, just like what you said, like kind of a high sodium thing. Okay, so it's recommended that when you have a meal that you try to get like at least 3 of those things that are on the My Plate, like the protein and the vegetable and like the whole grain or something like that. And yeah, you're sticking with water, which is great. Don't seem to be eating any sugar in a lot of things or anything. Okay, so you do some shopping yourself, right? Okay. So are there some of the things that we talked about that you might be interested in, like implementing some changes based on some of the things that we talked about?
Probably just like fruits, adding more fruits.
Adding more fruit? Okay, so you were saying you would like to add more fruit. Is there anything else that,
Protein.
okay, protein? Okay, so I have the scale here. So 1 is not ready, 10 is ready, and can you point out to me where you might be about, like, how important do you think it is for you to, like, incorporate more fruits and protein into your diet?
Like an 8.
An 8, okay. 8 for both? Or do you feel like 1 is
Actually,
more?
more 7.
More of a 7, so why 7 and not an 8?
Protein's good for you, it's good for your muscle, and fruits have vitamins that your body needs, and it's like natural sugar. It's not like you're getting sugar from like Oreos.
Right. So you think that it's moderately important for you. So we're gonna do something, creating a goal around this, a SMART goal. Are you familiar with what that is?
The online.
It stands for, let's see, what does it stands for specific. So try and make this goal specific to you and what is, and then measurable. So like a way that we can measure the action that you want to take.